Input 1 is...
Quiet! Like school, right? You guys want to get this going? Yeah? Okay, cool. This got put on my plate because Roy lost his voice. God bless him. But yeah, unfortunately, good afternoon on behalf of the CEO, Board of Directors, committee members, staff, sponsors, yours truly. We thank you for joining the 2024 Hall of Fame and Lions Den induction ceremony. I'm Matt Bacca, a fellow committee member, competitor, athlete. It's my honor to serve you as the Master of Ceremonies of the Hall of Fame. Following today's inductions, 2 induction ceremonies, we will hold a special tribute to our friend who we all miss, the late Dr. Paul Davis. We welcome Dr. Davis's family, wife Debbie, son Brent, and other family members, friends, being here today with us. Following the tribute, we conclude with an individual category World Championships Award ceremony. Before we get started, we'd like to join with the round of applause to thank the fellow individuals, companies, and support for this week. So first off, we'd like to thank Lion for providing our meals from Tzatziki's today, along with what felt like 1,000 Letterman jackets this week. Jim Reavers for serving as our title partner. The 2025 Birmingham World Police Fire Games for serving as our presenting partner. ServPro, Task Force Tips, 3M Scott Fire Safety, Snap Tight Hose, ServPro Team Bizzing, Odyssey Performance Nutrition, Nashville and Brentwood Fire Departments, the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. This event would not have been possible without all your support. Last but not least, we can never thank our ground crew and volunteers. We'd like to give a huge round of applause. Thank you for all you do for your ongoing work and dedication. Sorry, I'm in trouble. All right, let's go. So since our inception, we celebrated the accomplishments of athletes in our sport who have inspired us with their incredible stories, perseverance, and desire to perform at their best on and off the job. In our eyes, every single firefighter stepping into the Lion Arena of the Brave is a winner. However, only the most determined have earned the prestigious membership into our Hall of Fame and Lions Dens. We begin the induction of our Hall of Fame class of 2024 with Chief Bill, Chair of our Hall of Fame Committee, and other members of the committee. Please come up and present our awards to our new inductees after their remarks. Bill, would you like to say a few words?
Thanks, Matt. It will only be a few. As I said last year, and now I'll say it again, 2 years ago at this time when we were in Utah, we had never had a Hall of Fame class. Tonight we're inducting our 3rd, which is a pretty big effort from a lot of people. I've had 2 honors in doing this. One I knew would be an honor, and one that I didn't expect. The one I knew is the chance to honor people who have been so much to our sport, outstanding champions, legends to our sport, and to make this an ongoing process every year. And to thank everybody in our committee, and if you've been on any of these committees, trying to make these things work globally, across different time zones, to work everything electronically. We're all not computer and Zoom experts, but we got it figured out, and each time the process has gotten better and better. We also now have, in addition to over 40 people that have been inducted since the beginning, another about 50 of other nominations that we're going to continue to consider in addition to accepting new nominations next year. So this is an ongoing process. We're already technically going to be in year 4, so I'm excited about it. The other honor that I've had is the honor to work with this committee. Everybody on it has been competing longer than me, been associated with the challenge longer than me, and brings a huge amount of knowledge to the history of what we've done and who's done it. And that information has been invaluable. And the proof for me is many people in our committee have come back to either work on other committees, after they've gotten their awards, have come back to run again. We've seen them all, and some of them and additional honorees have joined our committee. So with that, I'll turn it back to Matt, and let's get started.
Thank you, Bill. Please know that if I were to read to you the complete list of accomplishments from each of these inductees, we'd be here for hours. Their careers, accomplishments in our sport are likely impressive. So for the sake of time, I will be sharing with you some of their highlights of their career because we prefer to give our honorees a couple minutes to come up and say a few words. Honorees, you get 3 minutes. That's it. 3. That's from Russell too. So for our first group of honorees, our champions category. These athletes who also excelled on the course earned numerous awards, set records, and inspired firefighters from around the world. I'd like to welcome up Jeff to present our first honoree.
Thank you, Matt, and also welcome everybody. I'm honored to be up here as part of the Hall of Fame committee. I have been now for the last couple of years, and to see everybody here for my short talk is a winner. You should be in the Hall of Fame. Everybody who comes out here and does this, competes, participates, helps. It's been a great event for a long time. I sit up here as one of the old guys from back in the early 90s and getting started in this event. So thank you all for being here, and you're going to hear some pretty amazing stories from our people. First person word. Okay. I'm not as loud as Matt, sorry. Okay. The first one we're presenting to for Hall of Fame Award is to Ben Barksdale. After college, Ben joined the Arlington County Fire Department, where he rose through the ranks to be the number 2 in command. Ben, in fact, was the battalion chief overseeing his department's response to the Pentagon during the 9/11 attack. He later served as the chief of Prince George's County, Maryland Fire Department, and then on to serve as chief of the Orlando, Florida Fire Department. Ben competed in our sport for a number of years, winning events, setting records, and entering the Lion's Den in 1998. That was way late. I think I got it in 97. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, I'm reading a script that was written, and that's not true. Fortunately, Ben is here with us tonight. A tribute to this event, to the Combat Challenge, and to firefighter fitness is the fact that Ben is here and very healthy. Ben very recently went through a very serious illness, and thanks to his history of being fit and being in the Firefighter Combat Challenge, now the Firefighter Challenge, he is still with us today. So bear that tribute to this event. Here's Ben Barksdale.
Thank you, and thank you, committee, for the nomination. Wow, this is probably the best award I've received in the 40 years I've been in the service. So thank you, guys. I really appreciate it, without a doubt. And one of my inspirations is, oh, here he is, Kevin. Come on, Kevin. Yep, back in 2001, was running out in Vegas, and they paired me up against this guy, and I'm, man, come on. Come on, Paul. I mean, I thought, all right, if I can just stay with him and keep it respectable. And I was able to. And then, yeah, so we got to the dummy, and then he was going like a jet. But that showed me there that, yeah, I just wasn't putting it in. But ran against this guy, and yep, he showed me the way. So thank you, Tim. Thank you. And then later on became world champion in Chiefs Division. So yeah, and as without a doubt, so I'm battling brain cancer right now. I've got glioblastoma, and this competition is a testament to me being here, without a doubt. With all I've been through, still keeping myself in great shape. Yep. So thank all of you, because without all of the competitors, this wouldn't be. So, and from all over the world, this is awesome, without a doubt. So thank you. Thank you.
Well, this next inductee is world famous. You probably all know. It's Mr. David Bowman. David, aka Dr. David Bowman, began competing in our sport in 1998 and continues today representing the Charlotte, North Carolina Fire Department. David has an astonishing over 200 individual category races, is an 11-time world champion, a multi-time U.S. national champion, and has earned multiple state, regional, national, and world records, and 11-time in our points program champion. A 5-time recipient of the Ted Overcash Award and is inducted in the Lions Den Hall of Fame, Lions Den in 2004. Please join me in welcoming to the podium our newest Hall of Fame inducting, Dr. David Bowman.
I just have a couple thank yous. One, I mean, this committee, if you talk to anybody that's on any of these committees, it's a lot of work. And so I think we should give every committee a round of applause for all the hard work that they've done. Secondly, obviously we all have people that take care of the home front when we're not here and we're out competing all over the country. So my wife has done that for me. I want to thank you for your support. And then I can't be up here if I never met Brad Duncan. Brad Duncan, we met at Toughest Firefighter Alive in '97. He was like, you would be pretty good at this challenge stuff. Why don't you come out and play? And we formed a team, and the rest is history. So thank you, Brad, for 26 years of competing. And then lastly, I want to say is that the fire department as a whole, I think it was mentioned during one of the races that no matter where you go as a firefighter, there's a brother and sisterhood, correct? And then inside of our department, we consider that another brother and sisterhood. But I consider the challenge family my third brother and sisterhood, that we all come together, and I have friends all over the world. So thank you very much.
It's my pleasure to introduce the next inductee. He's probably been around longer than most of us have ever been racing or born. It's none other than the world famous Cyril Fraser. Cyril competed in our sport from 1995 to 2017, representing Halifax Fire and Emergency Services in Canada. During his 22-year career in our sport, he was a 9-time Canadian National Individual winner, inducted into the Lions Den in 2002, a 13-time world champion, has earned 6 world records, and much more. Please join us in welcoming to the podium our newest inductee, Cyril Fraser.
They warned me 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I thought it was 3 minutes. What to say? You know what? Starting off in '95 when guys came to me and said, "You got to see this." And I watched this video, and there was these guys dragging this dummy around, looking like they were beat up. So I said, "Yeah, I want to do this." And then the next thing I know, I'm up here. I mean, there's a lot of people to thank for this. I thank the Lord for getting me up here, For one thing, at time it was bad. It was bad for this guy. I also got to thank my wife. She's a rock. She let me go to these competitions. She's one of my favorite fans, the favorite fan at the competition. I got to thank my family, my immediate family. They are the fans, the ultimate fans. I got to thank, and like Dave said, the brotherhood, the sisterhood, the family. Every time I come to one of these competitions, no matter where it is, it's family. It's like a big family. Everybody knows somebody, and whether you're hating against this one or loving against that one, it's all family, and it's all come right back to you again. There's a lot of other people I'd like to thank, the people I competed against, the people that made me better. Mr. Hawk for dragging me back up that tower again and making my legs hurt. My good old buddy Jack Hickey, he was inducted last year, man. There's a lot of people. If I missed something, I thank you all. One more thing. I do have to thank the late Dr. Davis, because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be having this.
To our next inductee. This gentleman has been around for a long time. It has now passed the torch where we watch father and son share the same course. Please welcome me to the stage, Steve Koch. Steve entered our sport in 1997. He was with the Little Rock, Arkansas Fire Department and continues as a strong competitor currently representing Camp Robinson, Arizona Fire Department. He is a multi-time region, U.S. and world champion. Steve has earned a number of record-holding titles in his career, including holding our current Southwest regional record in the age 60 to 69 male category, the current world record holder in the age 60 to 64 male tandem category with partner Jimmy Johnson of Team ATX, a current world record holder in the age 60 to 69 male hybrid relay category with partners Jimmy Johnson, Steve Baker, Al Eltzer, and Randy Kalin. Steve was inducted into our Lions Den in 1998. Please join me in welcoming to the podium our newest member, Steve Koch.
I'm not a public speaker, so we'll make this short. So first I want to thank Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. My wife Leah, been doing this a long time. We've been married almost 40 years, and she's always supported me, had my back, we've raised 4 sons. I've got 2 in the fire service now. So quick story, and she's gonna not like me tonight probably. So my first competition was a local one. I was 37, power lifter, college athlete. They didn't have a rule on how Randy was supposed to get across the finish line. So I still had some strength left, and I practiced, and she helped me with all 4 little boys running around the house yelling, "Go, Daddy, go." I'm carrying Leah around the house. And so I beat a 21-year-old redheaded professional baseball player at the competition, won it. He likes me now, but he didn't for a long time. And so I'm just thankful. One thing I would say is none of us are in this sport without help. I mean, I talked at length with Stephen McLear just today. We help each other. So my thing is pay it forward. You know, help those who are coming into the competition. Also, Dr. Paul Davis. I was born and raised in Southern Maryland. He was a research scientist at the University of Maryland. So I just appreciate them establishing this competition, and that's why we're all here. Thank you.
Our next inductee is no stranger to the stage or podium. He's a man who's been around for many years. Many of us have chased, many of us have also spent time learning from how to be better in the sport. Please welcome our next inductee, Graham McKenzie. Graham entered our sport in 2007 and continues today representing Kamloops Fire Rescue in British Columbia, Canada. He's a multi-time world champion, 3-time Canadian national champion, 4-time world record holder in the Canada's program, and has won multiple events in his career. He was inducted into Lions Den in 2008. Please welcome Graham McKenzie.
Driving home from Costco, and I got a call from Randy Kalin, and I thought it was just a spam call because it came up as Ontario and it's not programmed in my phone, and I, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but I was like, I'm gonna tell this spammer what's what. And it turns out it was Kalin on the other end of the line, and he expected me to know from his voice who it was. Anyway. He told me what was happening this week, this month, whatever, this year, and it was pretty overwhelming. I have a lot of heroes in my life. They probably don't know they are. But if it wasn't for the people that I get to interact with every day and live with, I don't get to be up here. I also have people that I admire from a distance that I see once in a while. Most of you here, I know. Dr. Paul was one of my heroes. It's just, really great to have people like that in my life. And I thank everybody. The only problem I have is I don't know that everybody I think is my hero knows. So if I've met you, and we've been on the course, or we've shared the course together, or we've trained together, or you're my teammates, or you're my wife, or my daughters, or my parents. You know how it goes. Everybody molds you into who you are. And I needed a lot of molding in my 20s. So thank you to everybody that's helped me get this incredible honor that I never saw coming. And the Firefighter Challenge family is the best family, minus my family, that I have. So thank you to everybody that's here, and let's drink some beer.
Our next inductee is no stranger. To me, he was someone I admired personally when I started on the scene. Our next inductee is none other than Mike Melton. Mike competed in our sport from 1999 to 2015, representing Travis Air Force Base and Team NorCal in California. He is a multi-time U.S. and world champion and earned a number of different accreditations, as well as Grand National Champion, and is inducted in the Lions Den in 2001. Unfortunately, Mike is unable to be here with us today. He sends his immense gratitude and honor. Let's give Mike a big round of applause. Please welcome to the stage our next inductee, Tommy Osborne. Tommy entered our sport in 1996 and continues today representing Delray Beach, Florida Fire Rescue. He is a 12-time world champion, 3-time U.S. champion, 3-time world record holder, and was inducted into the Lions Den in Deerfield Beach in 2000 Joy. Please welcome Tommy Osborne.
Okay. So I don't forget anybody. I wrote this down, wrote some notes down. So I could never imagine standing here to be inducted into the Firefighters Challenge Hall of Fame. I'm very humbled, honored, and appreciative to be receiving this prestigious award. First, I want to give thanks to God for all His glory, to my mom who watches over me from heaven. Thank you to my family and friends for all their love and support. Thank you to the City of Delray Beach Fire Department who allowed me to represent them all these years. Thank you to all my brothers and sisters at the Delray Beach Fire Rescue for always supporting me with love and respect. Miss you guys, because I just retired in May. Thank you to my CrossFit Pompano Beach, Florida family for always showing me love and fun times. And thank you to everyone that I have had the pleasure of being a part of their team, tandem, relay, or practice. You helped me get here, and the pleasure was all mine. So thank you. And thank you, brothers and sisters of the Firefighter Challenge community, for always cheering me on, or giving me a pat on the back. I have many friends from around the world doing this sport, and I'm very blessed for that. You say that I inspire you, but you inspire me by showing up and taking on this challenge. Much love to y'all. Thank you for the Firefighter Challenge Hall of Fame committee for your recognition and selection. And I want to dedicate this award to my good friend and brother, Reggie Burton, who passed away last month. I actually got a text this morning, and they had the service for him, so I woke up my roommate Mike, thought the text, and I go to the bathroom just to view the service online. So it was a big part of my life, growing up from childhood to college, track and field and all that. So I say rest in peace, brother. Thank you, guys.
For our next inductee, many of you will know her, but I've been given a special request to have someone else introduce her. So I'm going to invite Martha up to introduce. Nope. You wanted it, you do it.
Okay, what am I reading? Thanks. This is great. I used to hate reading like in second grade, so this is fabulous. Jacqueline competed in our sport from 2000 to 2016, representing Vaughan Fire Service in Ontario, Canada. During her tenure, she won 8 Canadian and 13 World Championships and several world records. Please join me in welcoming my friend and all of ours to the podium, our newest Hall of Fame inductee, Miss Jacqueline. Is it Bernetta? How do you say it? Oh, Rosenberg. I wasn't really prepared to give a speech, but this is an amazing honor. I never expected. I guess after doing it for 16 years, I guess I rubbed off on a couple people on the way, but I remember back when I first started, Martha Ellis. Watching her race, I was just like in awe. I was just so inspired. And I was hooked after that. And now, today, when I walked onto the course here today, I looked at all these women that are racing now. Oh my God! And you are so strong and so amazing. Like, oh, it just warmed my heart. Like I was in tears watching you all today. It was just so incredible to watch. So, yes, I'm very, very proud of each and every one of you. I was lucky enough to have Martha and Stacy Villapando and that, but now you guys, there's so many of you to inspire yourselves, so let's go. I would like to thank my family. I do have some of them here. They have pushed me along the way. And Dave Hawks, my training partner for many, many years, he pushed me out onto the course almost daily. Thanks, Dave. But yes, this and everybody else that I've met over the years, you guys are all my family, my extended family, and always will be. And I love you all. Thank you.
So once again, we got a curveball, so we're going to curveball this. Roy, hot helmet. Who's the winner? Oh no. Melissa told me this. She'll probably give you another penalty next time. Kelly Campbell. Where's Kelly Campbell? Kelly! I don't know what you win. Yeah? See Melissa, I don't, yeah. Okay, changing gears here. Our second group of honorees are in the legend category. These are individuals who have made significant contributions to the success and the history of the challenge. First off, we have to recognize the Kaiser Corporation. In the founding years of the Firefighter Challenge program, Mr. Dennis Kaiser, approached by the late Dr. Davis, with an idea of design and fabricating a machine to simulate the chopping motion used for firefighting. Mr. Kaiser knew the importance of making sure it employed the same kinetics and ergonomics as those used with an axe, and with the benefit of a safer and resource-free training to condition and exercise. Birth was the Kaiser Force machine, which continues, and some 33 years later, is one of the most recognizable evolutions in the challenge course. Mr. Kaiser is unable to be with us today, but sends his immense gratitude and honor. Can we please give the Kaiser Corporation a big round of applause? Our first inductee into this category is no stranger to the course. His chief, Walter White. Walt entered our sport in '92 and continues today during his career as he represented the American River, Sacramento, Amador, and Sparks, Nevada fire departments. He's known as the Cal Ripken of the Challenge and is a multi-state, region, U.S., and world champion. Walt entered our Lions Den in 1998. Unfortunately, Walt is unable to attend with us today. He sends his immense gratitude and honors. Let's recognize Chief Walt for his immense contributions to our sport. Up next is recognizing 3M Scott Fire and Safety. For almost 30 years, 3M Scott Fire and Safety served as the founding title sponsor for the challenge, investing significant resources into program and positively impacting the lives of thousands of firefighters around the world. 3M Scott Fire and Safety continues to bring to our firefighting and first responding community their legacy of innovation, research, dedication, and protecting people. Today we are honored they continue serving us as the official SCBA partner of the challenge and congratulate them for being inducted into our Legends category of the Hall of Fame. We hope that your department will be remembered to see them and seek them out in their purchase of a new SCBA. Accepting the award today on behalf of the company is Jason Cannon, Marketing in their Personal Safety Division. Please welcome Jason.
Well, a lot of familiar faces here. I have to say that it is an honor to be able to accept this award on behalf of 3M Scott Fire and Safety. For many of you that have been doing the challenge for a number of years, Scott Health and Safety at the time was a very early sponsor, so we've been a partner of the event for 30 years. Title sponsor for many years, gave that up, but we've continued our partnership. I'm happy to say that we will continue our partnership into the future. As it comes to SCBA. I also want to say, personally, it's an honor to accept the award on behalf of 3M Scott Fire and Safety. I have a special tie to the Firefighter Challenge, and I see Brent here, I see Debbie here. The late Dr. Davis took a chance on me as a University of Maryland undergrad and allowed me to be come on as an internship. And then I worked for the Firefighter Challenge for 3.5 to 4 years. And so I know a lot of the legacy, I'm going to say competitors, I'm not going to say old, legacy competitors that are here today. So it's a deep honor for me. And again, on behalf of 3M Scott Fire and Safety, love seeing all the camaraderie out here this week. Love seeing all the new faces that are supporting, not supporting, but competing in this event. And wish everyone the best of luck. Congrats to the individual champions today, and good luck to the relay and tandem tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jason. Please welcome to the stage our next inductee, John Tillett. John competed in our sport from 2003 to 2021, representing Knoxville, Tennessee Fire Department. During his career, he's competed in numerous events with countless first, second, and third place finishes. He also served on our relay teams and earned regional and world records. John was inducted into the Lions Den in 2007. In addition to his athlete hat, John fabricated many of the structure used on the course today. The late Dr. Davis, John was instrumental in the development of the sport and was a genius in the design and fabrication of what we see now. Please welcome John Tillett.
Didn't see this coming. Hey, this won't take just a second. this gentleman in this picture, life's about opportunity. What you do with it, what you choose to do with it. And in the first of 2003, I saw a rerun of this thing called the Fire Challenge on TV, and I thought, you know, I'd like to do that. So I wanted to be a competitor. And so in August of '03, the challenge just happened to be at Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, about 30 or 40 miles from me. I thought, well, I'm going to do that. A buddy of mine was, at that time, was running the Leopard Challenge truck, another challenge that On Target had. And he said, hey, I've got too much stuff to build. I can't build it all. Can you build a few things for me? Sure, I did. So 6 o'clock in the morning, on the day I was going to run, I showed up at Pigeon Forge, and I painted for 6 or 7 hours right next to this guy in his picture. Didn't know who he was, had no idea what his name was. He was just a cool guy. I painted with him. Took the stuff up there that I made. And then about 3 or 4 hours later, I was number 187 that ran that day. 95 degrees, 90% humidity. And it was a great time. It kicked my butt, but it was great. And later on that evening, Doc said, you know, you built some pretty good looking stuff. Would you want to come work with us? Well, yeah, sure, you know. So, you know, it's about opportunity. The opportunity I wanted was to be you guys, was to be you all, a competitor. And not being born overly good looking or rich, I'm a worker. You know, I'm just a worker. So, you know, I started working with Doc and being around his family all the time. And here it is about several years later, and I never saw this coming. I met a lot of friends, had a lot of fun. Wish I'd had a chance to compete more, but what I did was okay, you know, it was great. But thank you, thanks for the committee. Thanks for all of you, you do a great job. I'm proud to meet it, I'm proud to know all of you, really. Especially the Davises and this gentleman right here. Thank you.
Our next inductee is long overdue. His induction into our Hall of Fame was actually in 2023, but unfortunately he was unable to join us. Please welcome, all the way from New Zealand, Dan Brady. Dan is a two-time New Zealand national champion, over 40 men's champion, three-time New Zealand national tandem champion and record holder, three-time New Zealand national co-ed champion and record holder, a two-time New Zealand national relay champion and record holder. Please, let's give Dan a big round of applause in joining us this year.
Oh, Tēnā koutou te whānau o ahi o te ao, e tuatai, tēnā koe te rangatira o te whānau o te Dr. Davis. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Kia ora, firstly I just want to recognise the committee and Dr. Davis's family. We're 15,000 miles away back in New Zealand. We only get 2 competitions a year, but through the glorious Facebook and Instagram, we watch all of you, all the time. And we're continuously inspired. Rocking up here today and you know, Matthew Barker, I follow this guy on Instagram constantly, and I'm like looking at what he's doing, and actually getting to race in a race just ahead of him, it was fantastic. What we do, the comment was made earlier on, is paying it forward. After a long athletics and rugby career, I thought all my sporting days were over with some significant injuries, and I found this competition, got stuck in, and you know, it's given me so much more. Otherwise I'd probably be 300 pounds sitting on a couch. So I'm incredibly indebted, incredibly grateful for what Dr. Davis has established and brought through, and so are hundreds and hundreds of firefighters 15,000 miles away. To my international colleagues, people like Shauna Coulter, people like Jared Johnson, you know, we're constantly looking at how you're supporting people around you. So my challenge back to everybody else here is not just about time. It's about finding someone else who's interested in this competition, grabbing them, pulling them in and helping them get stuck in, because this is where it is. This is where you improve your fitness. This is where you help your communities, and I'm incredibly indebted. So thank you very much. Kia ora koutou katoa.
Our last major sponsor that we want to thank is Lion. In the founding years of the Firefighter Challenge program, the Schwartz family has begun the involvement with the challenge and have been a critical partner in delivering the sport to you. They are the primary sponsor, annually investing a significant amount of funding, like helping rebuild the course in 2023, underwriting the annual Lion's Den program, and even purchasing annual World Firefighter Challenge rings. In fact, without their support, these 2 programs would not be possible to offer, since the material costs alone, the Leatherman's jackets, patches, coins you receive, and rings now total nearly over $65,000 annually. That does not even include the financial support Lion provides to help keep our lights on. We should all remember this and dedicate with our turnout gear to use to promote. Lion is still a family-owned business in Dayton, Ohio, and actually coined into the term station wear. They were the first company to develop digital training technology for the firefighting marketing and continue to deliver innovative, patented technology in the fire service and market. Please give a big round of applause in welcoming and accepting an award, Chief Executive Officer of Lion, Steve Schwartz.
Thank you, everyone, for those kind words and applause. We appreciate it. First, I'd just like to say, on a day that we are remembering Dr. Paul, that receiving this honor would not have been possible without his vision and passion for firefighter health and safety. On behalf of everyone at Lion, Eddie and John who've been here, Becky, Adam Hall who's here, and all the people at Lion and Dayton, want to say how honored and humbled we are to be recognized in this way, because after all,
We are here to serve you. We're always here to serve and support you. You are the ones who are the heroes. You are the ones that are risking your lives every day to save people's lives and property. That said, I think that we have a core belief in our company called being good corporate citizens. I feel like our support has enabled the challenge to be a much more meaningful experience for all who have fast walked across that starting line, and in doing so, made the fire service a healthier, safer, and more fun brother and sisterhood for everyone. I'm so pleased to be able to help support the challenge in this next phase of its evolution. I feel it's in great hands with Russell and the team, and we look forward to many more years of support and brother and sisterhood with you in competition each year as we move forward. So thank you very much. It is my pleasure now to introduce our second last inductee. He's been a long-time outstanding member of the Firefighter Challenge world. Many of you have met him as early as 1996 to present day. You've crossed paths, you've had discussions, and you've shared memories. It is my pleasure to recognize John Granby. John has played a vital role in our sport from 96 to present day, representing our longtime friends, sponsor, Lion. Ask any competitor and they will tell you that John is a genuine advocate to our sport and has been instrumental in its success. In fact, he found the globally recognized Lion's Den program. We're proud to honor John with his induction today. Please everyone, with a standing ovation, welcome John Granby.
Thank you all. My voice is half gone, I'm not sure why, so if I sound a little squeaky, I apologize. I cannot believe I'm standing here today and being inducted into the Paul Davis Hall of Fame. Although I have attended the World Finals since 1996, I have never competed in the Worlds. I hold no world records. I have never had a personal best. What I can say, however, is that for the past 28 years, Lion, Dr. Davis, the on-target crew, and especially you, the competitors, have allowed me to participate in my own way every year, every day, in every race. You have let me be part of you, celebrating your victories, being heartsick in your losses if you did not reach your goal or were injured, and triumph in your return. To say it has been the honor of my life, and it is an understatement. To be included today with the best of the best is something I will remember for the rest of my life. Let me share with you just a little how I ended up here today. I first met Dr. Paul in 1996 in Cincinnati at a regional event in front of the Union Terminal downtown. It's a train station in downtown Cincinnati. I brought my son along to see the competition and represented Lion at that event. That day changed my life and started an almost 30-year passion to keep Lion as an integral part of the challenge, and personally, for me, to become as active as I could and contribute in whatever manner I could to the success of the challenge, but even more importantly, to help each and every competitor. I began to talk with Paul, and in the next year I brought 3 of our sales directors to the MGM for the world to see what I saw and to get them as excited as I could. They came, they saw, and they looked at me, all younger than me, and said, go for it, we'll support you, but you go do it. In 1997, actually in 96, I started to work by calling competitors into the ready tent, screaming as loud as I could because no one listened then, and also checking their gear. Later on, in honor of my losing my voice every year, they got me what they called the Grandee ceremonial bullhorn so I could yell for everybody. I continued doing checking gear and finally moved on to the course. And I became a course official for more than 14 years. More importantly, as you all accepted me as one of you, as a competitor, I became your voice in helping to continually improve the event. I worked with Dr. Paul to help make changes we hoped would help in turn help you. In January of every year, we would meet in Baltimore and discuss improvements that we hope would make this experience better and more meaningful for all of you. That's where the Lion's Den was created and all that went with it. Of all the things I have ever done, handing out the Lion's Den Challenge coin to every competitor that earned it was my highlight of the competition. There is no way I can express the feeling I received as I put that coin in your hand and received the hugs of each and every one of you. My goal at every Worlds was to be a calming influence on each of you and to help you, to encourage you, and to help you do the best that you could. I can only hope that over time I had been able to achieve that. I am sure that you realize I'm not the youngest man up here. And a couple of our Hall of Fame recipients have called me Dad. I can truly say that over the years I feel that I have hundreds of children and now more than a few grandchildren that have now and are competing and enjoying the glories of this event. All of you are my family. This event is part of my life and now I hope part of my legacy. Over the years I realized that the only way to have a positive effect on this event is to roll up my sleeves and become one of you, understanding what it takes to compete, the dedication, the hard work, the sacrifice both at home and at work, for all of you to become world-class athletes. And if I could contribute in all of your successes in any way, that was my goal. And I hope that by doing that, I'm representing Lion in a way that truly showed how they believed in and supported the challenge. The Lion family has allowed me to participate in this event, and I owe them a debt of gratitude for their willingness to foster, support, and promote the concept that Dr. Paul created. They have stood by and supported this event from the first day that Dr. Paul decided to bring this event to the fire service. This event promotes and showcases the best of the best the fire service has to offer, and even more importantly, stands for their belief in fostering health and the importance of physical fitness so that everybody who is on the job can come home every night healthy and safe and to be with their families. I also owe a large debt to my family for allowing me to spend so many days, weeks, and probably a couple of years away from them and with my other family, you. My wife and son understand my love for the sport and have all supported me and my passion for it. I'm only sorry that they are not able to be here today. My son, unfortunately, is a shift day and he couldn't get off and to help me celebrate. But on the other side, I have you, my other family, to be here to celebrate with me. I thank you again for this honor, and I could not have done it without you. So thank you again. I truly appreciate this honor. It's probably the high point of my life. Thank you very much.
subbed in again. We were going to have a longtime friend, 2 longtime friends present this next. I'm still going to invite the next one up, which is Martha, for part of our final portion of this. There's still more to come, sorry, so you got to stay. I'll read. This next portion is the reason we're all here. Earlier this year, we lost our beloved founder and friend of the Firefighter Challenge program. His life was cut short, and in January, told our CEO, Russell Jackson, I still have so much more to do. Russell quickly reminded him that his work in the challenge and in many other first responder fields has impacted the first responder community in ways he could not have ever imagined, and that his legacy will live on through all of you and our continued work. In 2022, we launched our new Hall of Fame program and rightfully named it in Paul's honor. Today, we are honored to induct Paul into this Hall of Fame. And later in our program today, a few special guests will dive into his life, his work, during the Celebration of Life ceremony. Please welcome next, Martha Ellis for a few words. Audible.
How's that bus feel, baby?
So, it's okay. A little bit of audible hill. I ask all of you now stand. Please welcome to the stage to accept these awards on behalf Paul's loving wife, Debbie, his son, Brett, and family. Please welcome them all.
Everybody. We are pulling a little bit of an audible. We're going to go straight into the memorial or celebration for Dr. Paul. My name is Martha Ellis. I think most of you know me as the last face you see before you step through what, the gates of hell? I don't know what we call it. But it has been a tremendous honor to be asked to be the MC for this portion of our program, and I truly do thank Debbie Davis and Russell Jackson and Melissa Campbell for this tremendous honor. I want to remind you all, sorry, I turned my head, so I got to be more focused. I want to remind you all, if you have not gotten your commemorative Paul Davis Challenge coin, please come find me. I want to make sure that everybody leaves here with one of those coins. And if you have some old competitors from your team, I've got extras. I'm happy to send some of those home with you for others, people that have known Paul throughout all of these amazing years. We also have the book, which is over by where you picked up your food. So if you could please go and just put a little remembrance in that book for Dr. Davis's family, that would be an amazing gesture, and we would deeply appreciate that. Okay, we'll have 2 other speakers for the celebration. Cherie Ardwan and also Bill Webb from the Congressional Fire Service Institute. And then I will come back and give you some of my remarks. So with that, I'm going to invite Cherie up to the stage. So it's so funny that I wrote this speech. I was very honored when they said if I would write a few words about Dr. Paul and being in the challenge for all these years. And it's funny that all these Hall of Fame members have come on and touched upon every single thing I had put in my speech. So that just gives you an idea of the brotherhood and the camaraderie of what's going on here. So I met Dr. Paul about in 2003. Combat Challenge had come to my town. I didn't know anything about it. My company put together a team, said, let's go. When I met him, I got a feeling that it was a very, very smart person, but he had a very blunt personality. So when you first meet Dr. Paul, you're kind of come off as, ooh, I don't know how to take this guy. He definitely wasn't raised in the South, where I'm from, so, you know, there was a little bit of friction there. A few years later, when my team fell apart and I didn't have any funds to raise and I was trying to figure out how to get back to the punishment that we call the Combat Challenge, Miss Brittany Davis convinced her dad that I would be a great roadie and that I could work the course for food and free registration. So for a couple of years, I would work the course, put it up, work the registration tent. I would put up stuff in the merchandise trailer, like whatever I could do for free food and to race the course for free. You know, it's just something we had to do. It was in those days that I got to know Dr. Paul a little bit better. I got to know the person, the little softer side of Dr. Paul. I saw quite a few competitors over the years. They had harsh feelings towards Dr. Paul. You know, they would say stuff like, he's just in it for the business. He's not in it for the firefighters. He doesn't think about us. He's only thinking about making money. But I think those people lost sight that this was Dr. Paul's baby, that everything he did here was for us. He created this for us. That this was his way to make money. This was his way to take care of his family. And for him, it was a business, but he also loved us. I would see times when there would be a dispute on the course, kind of like, oh, let's go get a panel together. Back then, there wasn't an official panel. There wasn't committees or groups or whatever. So Dr. Paul would run to the side of the course. He would grab a female competitor, older competitor, and another random competitor, and he said, now we're reformed. Let's make a decision on what that cost should be. And so people didn't see that off the sides. They would be like, oh, he just said that I got a penalty. Oh, he just said that. But they didn't see that behind the scenes, that he was trying to be fair and equal to all of us. So that's when I got to see the friend, the husband, the father, that person. A few years later, he lost his beautiful, kind daughter, Brittany. We all loved her. And to say the least, if anybody has children, you know how devastating that can be. But this show must go on. He didn't stop. He came right back out here. We all competed. This challenge did not miss a beat, even though he lost a part of his life. But it was good for him to be out here. That he got to hear everybody say how much they love Brittany too. All the competitors that loved him were all part of a family. He loved to hear the stories of Brittany and Brent's shenanigans with the Swamp Taters and look at pictures. And if you don't know the Swamp Taters, that was my female tandem team. I was a Swamp, of course, Louisiana, and Jeannie Allen from Idaho. And we did get into some shenanigans and drug my little brother and sister there with us. Some years later, Jeannie got stage 4 cancer, incurable, rare form of cancer. No coming back from it. Doctor gave her a year to live. That's it. You know, go ahead and make your plans. And I can tell you, just like the first inductee said, she lived 5 years past that. She competed for 4 years after they told her she was going to die. And she said it was all because of Dr. Paul and this challenge. She did not give up the will to live. She was healthy. And as long as she could keep training for this and had something to look forward to, she was going to keep going. I joked with her she had to have many surgeries over the year. They moved a piece of lung, a piece of the lining of her stomach, a piece of her colon, a piece of this and that and that and that. I always joked with her. I was like, you're running out of body parts to lose. You know, you're not going to have any body parts left. One of the experimental treatments she had to do, she would have to fly to Maryland from Idaho, and she would have to spend weeks there, 2 weeks. Her family and her friends couldn't always go. I couldn't go. I couldn't get off work, didn't have the vacation. Dr. Paul and his wife would go over to that hospital where she was staying. They would bring her food. They would bring her whatever she needed. They took care of her when I couldn't be there and her family couldn't be there. That's what kind of family Dr. Paul was. We weren't related to Dr. Paul. All Jeannie Allen was a competitor to him. And that's the person that Dr. Paul was. People ask me if I'm going to keep racing. When are you going to quit? You've been racing 22 years. When are you going to stop? You know, you're almost 55 years old. I'm kind of with Dan on this. I would be a fat alcoholic if I did not train for this. People that know me, though, that's a definite truth over there. But Dr. Paul did not just create a business. He created a family. And when they were talking about the family that Dr. Paul created, you all know that. This is a brotherhood, not just a business. It's a brotherhood of individuals with like minds that we come together, we compete all over all the continents. And if I have a question, a training question, even if I have a department question or I'm having problems with something at work, there is a multitude of people that I could Facebook message in every continent and I can ask them their advice and they give that to me. Not only that, we've had hurricanes come and devastate our areas. You know who came to my house and helped me? It wasn't relatives. It was all firefighter combat challenge competitors that showed up in Louisiana and cut trees and helped get roofing shingles and packed all my clothes to be thrown away and stuff. It was firefighter combat challenge competitors. So when I tell you, when I tell you that this is a family, I just want to tell to Dr. Paul, thank you for this family, and thank you guys. We love you.
Hello, as Marcia said, my name is Bill Webb, and for 30 years I have served as the Executive Director of the Congressional Fire Services Institute, and for the past 22 years as Vice Chairman of the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation. Although I've never served one day as a firefighter, the fire service is in my blood, and I have Dr. Davis to thank. In 1994, he hired me to be the logistics coordinator and public affairs manager for the Combat Challenge. Although I only spent 1 year with the Combat Challenge, it was an incredible learning experience and the most fun I have ever had in my professional career. It was a different Combat Challenge back in 1994, as Jeff and Martha and Ben Barksdale will attest to. Most of the gear was hauled around the country in a horse trailer pulled by an old pickup truck. Safeway scaffolding would erect a tower, one piece of pipe at a time at each venue. More often than not, we stayed at a local Motel 6 or something comparable when on the road. Although my favorite hotel was the one in Orland Park, Illinois, where rooms were rented by the hour. Rumor had it, it was a popular hangout for some of the local political leaders, but I won't explain why. Despite a Spartan budget, the show went on at every venue, capturing the public's attention both locally and nationally. Paul was an eternal optimist. His mind never rested, as Debbie and I discussed last time I was able to chat with Paul and Debbie. He took an idea he developed in grad school and turned it into an institution and constantly improved it. I can't imagine a more fulfilling life that has truly touched the nation's fire service the way Dr. Davis did. Paul described the Combat Challenge as the toughest 2 minutes in sports, but it was more than that. It is an important marketing platform for the fire service to demonstrate to the public what it takes to be a firefighter, the skills, the strength, and the conditioning. And it continues to inspire firefighters across the nation and throughout the world to achieve the best in physical fitness. Paul practiced what he preached. He was a fitness fanatic. When working out of the Burtonsville office, we'd go on 4 to 5 mile runs during our lunch breaks. When traveling, we'd find time to go on runs or bike rides, and these were not casual runs or bike rides, and unfortunately, Paul was the one usually setting the pace. Then there was Dr. Paul Davis from academia. While I enjoyed conversations with him about the challenge, I cringed when he went academic on me. I would retain at best 50% of our conversations. The other 50% went in one ear and right out the other. With his incredible command of the English language, Paul could have written Webster's dictionary by himself. His favorite words exceeded 4 syllables. Why say quickness when you can say alacrity, wordy when you can say circumlocutory, or difficult when you can say vicissitude? His memos were no different. I would never read one without a dictionary by my side. I always figured Paul would live to be 120, but cancer has their way of sneaking up on even the most physically fit individuals and altering the course of their lives. While Paul is no longer with us, his legacy burns within the hearts, minds, and veins of every firefighter who has competed in the Combat Challenge. Few have done as much as he did to promote fitness in the fire service, which changed the lives of so many firefighters, including my good friend Mike Vode. Last year, Mike was inducted in the Combat Challenge Hall of Fame. He was a member of the 3-time championship team from the Casper, Wyoming Fire Department. At the 1994 National Championship, which Casper won, Mike fell way short of his personal best. It wasn't until a few weeks later he understood why. He was diagnosed with stage 4 lymphoma. The road to recovery was long and painful, but in the end, Mike kicked cancer's butt, just as Chief Barksdale will.
Yes.
During a recent visit with Mike at his home in Wyoming, we chatted about Paul and his legacy. Mike told me he credited his training for the challenge as the primary reason why he is alive today. The impact the challenge has had on the lives of both Mike and Ben in fighting their challenges are testaments to the profound impact Paul has had on the lives of so many firefighters beyond his competition. Paul was a dreamer, a visionary. What separated him from most dreamers is that he acted on his dreams. He never let a setback get in his way. The greater the challenge, the more grit and determination he exerted. That is a lesson he taught me, which family. My thoughts and prayers remain with you as you overcome the loss of your husband, dad, and grandfather. I hope you find comfort in knowing that his legacy will live on in the thousands of firefighters whom he inspired by his passion and commitment to firefighter health and safety, and those of us who had the good fortune of calling him a mentor and friend. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to be the last speaker tonight for this remembrance. And I just want to start by saying that it's extremely rare to cross paths with a single person that isn't a parent, a spouse, or a child who truly changes the course of your life for the better, as Dr. Paul did for me. Likewise for many of all of you here. While finishing recruit camp in 1994, before I could graduate, I was required to run through a version of what was then called the Firefighter Combat Challenge. It was a rite of passage. I did it, and it hurt, but I definitely proved that I was ready for the field. I competed in the Combat Challenge for the first time in 1995 with the Murray City Fire Challenge team. Beforehand, I was told that the founder of the challenge didn't think women belonged in the fire service, and he had created this ridiculously difficult course, in part to prove his point. Stay with me. But what I'd come to learn over the 30 years that I knew Dr. Davis, or Pod as I used to call him often, is that nothing could have been further from the truth. Paul did not care about your gender, the color of your skin, or your age. And he also knew that the fire service did not care either, nor the fire ground. What he cared about was your personal well-being and the caliber of service that first responders provided. He also believed that exceeding the expectations of your community should be the norm and not the exception. 30 years ago, when I entered the fire service, entry-level physical ability standards were created by agencies in a very arbitrary way. This created disparity in what was actually qualified as a measure of somebody's physical ability to become a firefighter. As a woman coming into the fire service in the mid-90s, I knew that one of my greatest challenges was going to be convincing my peers that I could carry my weight on the fire ground. And as you well know, however, opportunities don't present themselves in regular and measurable ways to demonstrate one's physical preparedness. Enter Dr. Paul Davis. Many of you know Paul as the founder of the Firefighter Challenge, equating his life's work to creating and growing this competition. But there are many things about Paul that I want you to know as far as the scope of his influence and contributions to public safety as a whole, and the sacrifices he made to create a legacy that will continue to improve first responder fitness way beyond our years. Paul was a man of science and passion. He knew and understood the rigors of the job through personal experience, and his life's work was central to creating science-based, reliable, repeatable, and measurable outcomes that would predict a candidate's physical readiness. Because he understood that you couldn't just make the statement that firefighters needed to be fit for the job, he dedicated his life to proving it and providing tangible metrics to apply to that argument. He created an irrefutable model for job performance standards development that has been tested at the highest levels of our judiciary and prevailed. His doctoral dissertation was focused on energy costs and oxygen lactate kinetics of structural firefighting. Go ahead and raise your hand if you know what that means. In English, he wanted to see just how fit a person had to be to successfully perform the arduous and essential tasks of fighting fire. His dissertation was the first published study of its kind. Paul identified the required physical value to succeed on the emergency scene, better known as your VO2 max. He then created a test that could determine with a high degree of certainty that the candidate who passed that test would be better prepared to meet the physical challenges of the fire ground. Before Paul's groundbreaking work, job performance test development was done by agencies, and it was left to be very random and unvalidated physical ability tests for new candidates. As you can imagine, and as some of you may recall, typically this could result in stressful, expensive, and lengthy lawsuits on the behalf of those who could not pass those tests. It's no secret that many of those lawsuits were filed by women who couldn't pass the tests. But here's the thing though, they were right to challenge those tests because they were completely unreasonable at times and they strayed from the actual physical requirements of the job. Many tests were skill-based when they were testing candidates that had no previous fire training. Thanks to Dr. Davis, this practice has been recognized as completely unacceptable by the U.S. judiciary. During the span of his career, Dr. Davis participated in over 70 legal proceedings as a subject matter expert. He practically wrote the case law single-handedly in this country, and he was recognized by a federal judge during the Lanning versus SEPTA landmark case as the preeminent expert on physical performance standards. Paul's knowledge and understanding of building the nexus between the essential functions of the job and the level of fitness required to be successful at those functions and how to test for those specific physical capabilities was not limited to firefighting. I can't possibly list them all, but Paul worked on studies and performance test development projects with the U.S. Marine Corps, NASA, U.S. Air Force, the Pentagon Force Protection Agency, U.S. Navy, U.S. Army, DEA, U.S. Secret Service, U.S. Marshals, Federal Occupational Health, International Association of Chiefs of Police, the FBI, Homeland Security, Nashville, that's where we are, National Guard, Border Patrol, and countless municipal police and fire service organizations, including specialty studies for elite teams like SWAT. I know we thought we had him all to ourselves, but there are a lot of people that really were touched by Dr. Davis. So why is that important to us? Because his work was dedicated to creating an even playing field by developing reasonable and defensible entry-level physical ability tests for all first responders. Tests that really mattered and positively influenced the caliber of all the teams that we work with today. He created a model to show all of us that there can be reasonable and legitimate standards. And as a woman, I welcomed it, and we all should. I did not want the standards to come down to meet me and compromise the readiness of my agency. And I was thrilled to know that these standards were legit reflections of what I was going to have to do as a firefighter. Men welcomed it because, of course, you all want to be working alongside capable men and women as well. Paul created these irrefutable targets and means to attain them. So to anyone who thought that the challenge was an obstacle to women in fire, I would like to say to you, you should see what's happening on this course in Nashville. Woohoo! Go ladies! I love seeing it. It warms my heart. And what about the competitors, families, supporters, sponsors, and staff here in Nashville, and the other 8 competitions that we've attended this year? What about all of the events across this country and the world, starting in 1991, involving countless firefighting athletes? Can anyone question the value of the fellowship we have forged and the examples that we have set? And we continue to set through the blood, sweat, and tears we shed while training and competing together. There's a solidarity in knowing that no matter who you are and no matter how fit you are, this course is going to punish you. Whether it's for a minute and 17, or I should say a minute and 16 seconds now, woohoo! 8 minutes, or a DNF. Stepping up to that line, competing in these events, has created bonds between us that cannot be broken. These are friendships that are going to last a lifetime, and Dr. Paul Davis built this for us. I see it in your faces, whether it's a photo that Jeff Jones has captured or just the energy coming off that course after a great relay race or a not so great relay race. It really doesn't matter. We're all high-fiving each other or giving a consoling hug and saying, go back to the training field, you'll be better next time. We have all of this because of Dr. Paul. Amen. I'll take that. Paul impacted my life personally in so many profound ways that I can't even imagine where I would be right now had I not stepped onto that course for the first time all of those years ago. I would not have met my husband, Jeff Ellis, and subsequently married him at the 1996 World Championships in Las Vegas. And it's really funny because I used to tell people I would have never gotten pregnant if it wasn't for Dr. Paul, but then I had to make sure I was clarifying that because clearly my daughter that I've had with my husband Jeff would have never been born had it really, truly not been for Dr. Paul. So Rosemary Jean Ellis is among us because of him as well. To Bill's point, I loved my academic conversations with Paul, mostly by phone, sometimes tele-skiing in the mountains of Utah, and every now and again I would fire off a text needing a quick answer from Paul. Paul holds the record for the longest text I have ever received in my life. And no matter how much storage our years of texting takes up, that thread will forever remain on my phone as a reminder to his readiness to share his knowledge. Because of Paul, no one can question any of our levels of commitment and preparedness because we prove ourselves regularly in this arena that Dr. Paul built. We repeatedly prove ourselves, physically, mentally, and emotionally with every trip through that ready tent. Now, don't get me wrong, there have definitely been times where I have said, well, I love you dearly, Dr. Paul, but I have found myself cursing him for creating what I equate to the crack cocaine of competitions. What is it about this competition where we can be pile-driven into complete agony and then turn around and say, I can do better and go back and do it again? For those of you who don't know, it's an awful lot like having a baby and then turning around and saying you want another one. Paul always kept me apprised of the competitors, especially the women. He knew how much it meant to me to see the women continue to improve. He'd call me with so much enthusiasm in his voice. Oh, this Jackie Palmer, you should see her run, he would say. Of course, that's Miss Jackie Belwamini now. And I say, hey, Jackie, if you're here, look at us now. We are training partners, right? For next year? Is she here? She's probably gone. Fun fact, in 1995, I won my first world championship and set the world record with a time of 3:19. And I ended my career in 2000 with a 2:22. It's not about me, I'm getting to you. In the same year, in 1995, my husband Jeff Ellis won the overall championship with a 1:39. And what I want to do is just applaud all of you, because look at how far we've come. It's just been amazing. So the times are dropping and the fitness is improving, and we have Dr. Paul to thank for all of that. Paul's success was not without sacrifice or hardship, as Cherie had alluded to. He clearly worked tirelessly to acquire his academic status. But the context of what we know, what brings us here together, the challenge, what Paul had to give up to keep that going cannot be overstated. The first pivotal moment for the challenge that I can recall was the Kansas City riot of 1996. In a remarkable move, local union leadership stood up in protest to the challenge being held in their city during the International Association of Fire Chiefs annual conference. Their complaint? That Dr. Davis was using the challenge to promote his task performance development company, which they somehow thought was adverse to their membership. In trying to block entry to the event, punches were thrown and vehicles were damaged. Can you imagine firefighters going to blows with chiefs who simply wanted to compete in the challenge? The union was relentless and garnered the support of unions around the country, and they pressured Dr. Paul to either sell off one aspect or another of his company or face ongoing boycotts. So he did. He sold off the job performance part of his company and he kept the challenge. And I think in part that was because he really loved being out here with all of you. An ongoing sacrifice was the time he spent away from his family, his wife Debbie and his kids Brent and Brittany. He wasn't just gone for the challenge, because the challenge was not the cash cow. There were countless hours spent wrestling up sponsors, doing additional job performance studies, working on legal cases, and a litany of other projects that truly supported his family. With that said, I would also like to take a moment to recognize Debbie, for without her holding down the fort, working a full-time job as a middle school teacher and a coach, while raising the kids in Paul's absence, we also would not likely be sitting here. Paul and Debbie met in a neuromuscular physiology class during their graduate studies. I couldn't help but joke with her that that sounded incredibly romantic. But something clicked sometime around the third or fourth time that Paul asked her out, and she finally said yes. They've been together for 48 years and married for 45. At this time, I would like to ask Debbie to come up and just accept a small token of our appreciation as the Challenge family. So much. So inscribed on this lovely little flame statue, it says, presented to Deborah Davis in recognition for the immeasurable hours, I'm sorry, no, I can't read it. Immeasurable contributions to the Firefighter Combat Challenge. Thank you so much, Debbie. You need to know that the ultimate sacrifice for the good of the challenge, for the good of us and the fire service as a whole, was when Paul decided to reorganize how the challenge was run by giving it into the capable hands of Russell Jackson and transitioning it into a not-for-profit, literally handing over the reins in the best interest of its survival. This new model is our sustainability model, and we are very, very lucky to have it. Can you imagine how hard it must have been to let go? He had to step away altogether to avoid confusion and truly declare the changing of the guard. No small task, as you can imagine. The fact he passed shortly after a move such as that makes me wonder what kind of intuition was at play. In closing, I want to ask all of you to never stop appreciating the challenge, no matter what you do going forward from this point. That includes the staff who show up days before you even step out on the course and magically create the Lion Arena of the Brave. Then, just as efficiently, take it down and roll on to the next town after all the fanfare is over. Your fellow competitors, for without whom you would be nowhere near as motivated to push to the level that you do. The people that you never see, whose sacrifices are integral to us being here. Our sponsors, who literally put fuel in the tanks of the challenge to keep it going. And of course, Dr. Davis, without whom not one of us would be sitting here today, and in all likelihood wouldn't be in anywhere near the peak of fitness that you all are, I'd say me, but I'm not, but to compete this week. It was pure genius to create a competition that put all of us type A personalities head-to-head in a competition showcasing the job we love. When I think of everything that Paul has done, I'm reminded by something an old friend of mine used to say. The knowledge in your head is not yours to keep. And that was something that Paul truly lived by. Thank you, Paul, for giving us something that is so much bigger than the sum of its parts. Thank you for creating this amazing Firefighter Challenge family and lifting the fire service as a whole to meet the physical demands it presents. And as I reach down, grab my beer. It's an NA beer, by the way, because Paul didn't drink. I'm going to open this up. And if you have a drink or you just want to raise your hand, I want to propose a toast to Dr. Paul Davis, the founder of this amazing competition and the man who truly transformed physical fitness in public safety. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Martha, and everyone. Moving on our celebration now, I'd like to welcome Sebastian Vasco to the stage, who will introduce our 2024 Lion Den inductees.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, it was a little bit change of script, so I'm supposed to be a little bit before. Okay, my name is Sebastian Voko. I'm from Slovenia. I'm member of Competition Oversight Committee and fellow athlete. And it's my honor to serve you as a master of ceremony for the Lions Den induction ceremony. Making it into this elite club of athletes is something many firefighters around the world vie for. This was evident this week. I personally have watched many of our honorees this afternoon try for years to get into the Lions Den, and many times missing it by just seconds, even for a split of a second. This season's inductees have much to be proud of. In the words of Michael Jordan, some people want it to happen, some wish it would happen, and others make it happen. So I would like to ask Steve Schwartz, CEO of Lion, to join me up on the stage, please. Okay, Steve is not here. Welcome, Adam. Adam, there are not enough words that all of us here this evening can say to you that would ever truly express our full appreciation for you and the entire Lion organization. From the bottom of our hearts, we thank you for everything you do to support us. Please, one round of applause. Adam, would you please say a few words before we honor our inductees? Just maybe a few. Thank you.
Yeah, 5 words. I'm not Steve Schwartz, so I did not have any words prepared, but I would just say thank you again for having us here, and congratulations to everyone who made it into Lions Den. Congrats.
Thank you, Adam. Adam, if you please just stand in front, because I'm gonna call all the inductees. Okay, thank you. 2024 inductees, please remain seated until I call your name. But first, we would like to recognize all previous and current Lions Den members. So please, quick, stand up and let's give us a big round of applause. Thank you. And then go on the left side of the stage and wait just a little bit. After that, I'm gonna tell you what to do. Thank you. So, I apologize if I'm gonna pronounce one such name or surname a little differently, but I'll do my best. So, when you hear your name, just come up. There's not gonna be a lot of space between the names, so just you can applause whatever you want. Okay, thank you. So we'll begin. Zach Abbott, Anna Alexander, Robin Alberger, Ed Anscombe, Lisa Atkinson, Dimitri Odiba, Emile Bergeron Perlelou, Yaroslav Galash, Gerrit Bleidenstein, Laszlo Bodo, Cole Bramblett, Corey Bremner, Drea Brown, from United Kingdom, Rob Budge and David Budge, Trinton Camp, Mia Chamberlain, Justina Cichocka, Sela Corbett, Brandon Corley, Chris Cox, Jenna Crittendon, Mr. Jeff Dean, Mateusz Dillinger, Bryce Driver, Tobias Fischer, Matt Forsyth, Adrian Gaitan, Andreas Gassner, Mike Gavalek, Robert Jandro, Chris Gibson, Sam Gofflieder, Rob Graham, Laura Guiducci, Corey Gulaga, Gerald Hawkins, Ryan Helgren, Ava Henderson, Derek Kirshner, James Hilliard, John Howard, Pavel Jaskurzinski, Michael Jezovitz, Phil Jewell, Rachel Johnson, Romualdas Kazlauskas, Chris King, Laimonas Kivilius, Megan Huger, Jason Labash, Vera Licha, Jean Lifford, Riley Malone, Casey Manning, Pedro Marrero, Hans Christian Marvedal, Oliver Mayo, Joe Mojica, David Murray, Lindsay Mustard, Lindsay Nolt, Dmitry Peshik, Dima, Lee Phillips, Corey Price, Daniela Danny Primus, Eric Rusher, Herbert Oza, Trevor Russell, Sterling Sanders, Michael Saunders, Uwe Schlonsa, Bianca Schofega, Simon Schödöring, Edward Schuller, Jeremy Shoemaker, Alan Smith, Sean Smith, Helge Sonnenberg, Rebecca Sonnenberg, James Spagnolo, Samuel Stafford Bush, Ryan Swenson, Mr. Kirk Tanner, Raymond Tompkins, Jason Todd Hunter, Mikey Tufexis, Robin Torrance, Eli Vanatru, Brandon Ward, Jake White, Mark Willis, Jason Woodford, Mateusz Zielejecki, okay, these are 2024 inductees. You did a marvelous job. Now I will ask all former and current Lions Den members and please Dr. Paul's family to join us on the track so we can get a quick group photo and then quickly get back so we can continue with our award ceremony. Thank you very much. Okay, now we're gonna go on the racetrack, back on the course. That will make a group photo. So this year's inductees and all previous, thank you.
In third place for our 65-69 male goes to Bill Christensen. Second place goes to, from Lithuania, Kazlauskas. Did he get a first name? Head down those stairs right there, then go outside, take a picture with Jeff. Oh, all right, sorry. Well, that's gonna be for outside, so we can, yeah. Here he is, Romualdus Kozlowskis, here you go. First place for our 65 to 69 goes to Dopetown Fire's Stephen McAleer. Pictures go outside for the pictures. Stephen McAleer, come on up. Now for our 60 to 64. In third place, 60 to 64 goes to Joe Arico. Firefighters, make sure you head outside to the track to get your picture taken. In second place goes to Steve Koch. And in first place for our 60 to 64 world champion goes to Kevin Voiles. Now for our 55 to 59. In third place for our 55 to 59 goes to Michael Cascioli. They're gone, so that means Dino's gone too. All right. Second place goes to Dean Morrow. Stephen Deshane will take those for him. First place, 55 to 59. Congratulations on your world championship, David Bowman. Now for our 50 to 54 male. In third place goes to Brad Johnston. Second place goes to Sylvester Kemprowski. Yeah, Sylvester. You guys head on down, head on outside and get your pictures taken. In first place, Chris Duncan. Make sure you head to the track to get your pictures taken. Head to the track right here for your pictures. Good job there, Chris. Now for our 50 to 54 female. In third place, Rebia Sonnenberg. Oh, those horns. Those horns, I love them. In second place goes to Leanne McCauley. Leanne left. First place And our world champion for our 50 to 54 female, Lindsey Ingram. All right, now we're going to go with our 45 to 49 female. 45 to 49 female. In third place, 45 to 49 female goes to Marta Arobe da Encarnacion. Marta's daughter made me this wonderful bracelet. I love it. It's going to be outside. In second place goes to Canada's Sue Capper. And in first place goes to, and congratulations on another world championship, Captain Jacqueline Belwamini. Nice job, Jackie. Now for our 45 to 49 male. 45 to 49 male. In third place goes to Todd Kruko. In second place goes to Martin Erb. And first place goes to Graham McKenzie. Nice job, Martin, nice job. Nice work, Graham, nice work. Now for our 40 to 44 female. 40 to 44 female. In third place, Regina Bartkute. In second place, Carla Morrison. And in first place, and back-to-back 40 to 44 World Championships, May Tomerville. Make sure everybody goes out to the track, sees Jeff, get your picture taken. I'm gonna photobomb it. I'm gonna photobomb it. I can't wait to see that picture. You're gonna see me in the background. All right. Now for our 40 to 44 male. In third place, Jordan King. In second place, Mackenzie Briggs. Don't forget, we've got pictures on the racetrack. Trying to move this right along. If everybody could take their pictures on the racetrack. We're just trying to move this right along. In first place, and our 40 to 44 world champion from the State Emergency Service of Ukraine, Alexander Baran. Nice job, Alexander. Alexander. All right. Now we're going to go with our Division 3 under 40 female, Division 3 under 40 female. In third place, Alyssa Mieszczynski. In second place, Gracie Cancer. And in first place, in our Division 3 under 40 female world champion, Drea Brown. Now for our Division 3 under 40 male, Division 3 under 40 male. In third place, Justin Ostad. In second place, Emmanuel Kenyatobe. And in first place, in our Division 3 under 40 male world champion from Palm Beach County, Sean Smith. Now for our Division 2 under 40 female, Division 2 under 40 female. In third place goes to Lauren Fraley. Yeah, Fraley. In second place goes to Morgan Helton. And in first place, and our Division 2 under 40 female world champion, that's two world champions, actually it's going to be two world champions for this town, from St. Lucie County, Kayla Gammy. Now for our Division 2 under 40 male. In third place, Cole Bramblett. In second place, Jason Toddhunter. And in first place, in our Division 2, our Snap Tight Division 2 under 40 male world champion from Ajax, Ontario Fire and Emergency Services, Trevor Russell. Now for our Division 1 under 40 female. Division 1 under 40 female. In third place, Justyna Sichocka. Justyna Sichocka from Poland. In second place, from Kitchener, Ontario, Lindsay Mustard. And in first place, and going back-to-back world championships, you know who she is, getting that world record from Brampton, Ontario Fire, Catherine Katie Ross. Great job, Katie. Great job. You're welcome. Now for our Division 1 under 40 male. Great races, let me tell you. In third place, from the Fire and Rescue Department of Lithuania, Lukas Leonavičius. Good job, Lukas. Nicely done, sir, nicely done. In second place, from Pelham Fire, Jake Lanier. Jake is definitely everybody's hero, that's for sure. And in first place, yes, sir. Good job, brother. And in first place, this young man has been leading a team of firefighters in South Florida for many, many years. He had to eat a lot of crow back-to-back years and did it with a smile on his face. Well, this year, this young man not only got the U.S. National Championship, but he just earned himself the World Championship from St. Lucie County. Give a big round of applause. Well-deserved, Brian Reedy. Yeah, he had to go. Lieutenant Matt Coney from St. Lucie is going to accept it for Brian. Nice job, you guys. All right. We also have the award for the top chiefs. Our top chiefs, Jake Vadenka-Reed and Randy Kalin. They'll be presented with the Brent Cooper Top Chief Award. So if Jake Vadenka-Reed and Randy Kalin can come on up if they're still here. All right. There they go. That's Randy. Here we go. Nicely done, gentlemen. There's Jake. All right. All right, now for our overall winners. Overall winners. Now for our overall winners. In third place for the ladies, we'll do the ladies first. Ladies overall. In third place, Justyna Sehotska. Doing overall for the entire competition, overall winners. In second place, from Kitchener Fire, Lindsay Mustard. These are our overall winners. And in first place overall, Katie Ross. Now for our overall male winners. Overall male winners in third place. Third place goes to Lukas Leonovicius. Second place overall goes to Jake Lanier. And first place overall will go to Brian Reeby. Brian Reeby getting that overall. Nice job. Jake Lanier right there. LT, if you want to grab this for him as well. All right. Coney's coming to get that one for Brian. All right. Last little bit. All right, we're going to do the showdown and then that's it. All right, Fire Department Co-Ed Showdown. For the Co-Ed Showdown, third place goes to Spartanburg City. Spartanburg City Fire, Gary Stokes, George Godson, and Jenna Crittenden. They still here? All right, moving right along. Second place Fire Department Co-Ed Showdown goes to. Second place Co-Ed Showdown goes to St. Lucie, Brian, Caden, and Kiki. First place Fire Department Showdown Co-Ed goes to Lithuania, Andreas Asmontas, Marius Gasparenas, Dovile Gillikai, and Regina Barkute. Nice job for our showdown co-ed winners to Lithuania. Congratulations. Our co-ed world champs. All right, in third place now for the females. Our Fire Department Showdown female winners in third place. Third place goes to Lexington Fire, Sarah McGill, Macy Hensley, and Aaron Lucas. Lithuania, just head right to the racetrack for your picture. Lithuania, we'll take care of that for you tomorrow. That certificate for you. All right. Thank you, Roy. Did Lexington come up for theirs? Lexington ladies? No? Okay. In second place Fire Department Female Showdown goes to Martin County, Hannah Abel, Samantha Grimm, Jessica Rosenberg, and Melissa Riley. Nope, we'll move it right along, not a problem. Well, don't worry, we'll get everybody their medals tomorrow. And first place for our Fire Department Showdown Female goes to Ukraine, Oksana Chekmastrenko, Maria Lebedinska, and Svetlana Matashenko. World champions right there. Nice job by the Ukraine ladies. Last one. All right. For our Fire Department Showdown, for the men, in third place goes to Dopetown Fire, Jonathan Betts, Anthony Story, and Isaac Mason. Good job, Dopetown. All right, and in second place, our second place Fire Department Showdown goes to Ukraine, Alexander Baran, Igor Polishuk, and Roman Silchuk. And in first place for the Fire Department Showdown for the men goes to Lithuania, Lukas Leonavičius, Romualdas Vilimas, and Gintautas Samauskis. Good job, guys, good job.
No, he's gone. He said he was working on your cell phone, but he said it didn't go.
All right, firefighters, that does it for today. Tomorrow we've got tandems and relays. Warm-up station opens up at 7:30. 8:30 starts our tandem championships. So you should be here probably before 7:30 if you like to warm up. We will see everyone in the morning.